anyway, thank you guys so much for tuning in. I really appreciate your patronage to come into this page or whatever, coming and support us. As I've said about 500.3 million times, make sure that you do share this, because this is not going to be the only time that we do this. It's going to be more often. So, yeah. So, I mean, I guess really with that being said, we're just going to pass the mic and just kind of see what's up with the what's up.
All right. So, well, have we actually, I don't know if anyone said this is Life Talk.
Oh, yeah. Sorry. My bad, y'all.
This is Life Talk with E.O.P.
Mm-hmm.
This is a new podcast that we're starting out here in 2021. We said we're coming out probably next week, but we actually want to do a little bit different and try to get some people to see what we have going on before we actually launch next week, because we want y'all to pass this on. I mean, we need you all to like, share, subscribe, everything that we do, because I believe that we have some really good topics for you. And with that being said, tonight our topic is going to be, why are you holding on to me if you really don't want me?
Baby, that's something deep. He talking heavy.
So who wants to start that one out?
You know what? Hold on. Because we ain't talked pretty much in a long time, so let me just kind of ask y'all a question. I'm just going to start it off with this.
Go.
Did y'all catch the Real Housewives of Potomac this past?
Oh, yes.
Okay, so what's y'all thoughts on it? Like, who you like, who you don't like?
Well, you know, I'm always an eyeball out. I do like Giselle, and a lot of people talk a lot of trash about Giselle, okay?
Sure.
But I like the Green Eye Bandit, okay? I also like Karen. And I'm starting to really like Mia, but I like Robin. She's neutral. I love me some Dr. Wendy, okay? Go ahead, Wendy. I appreciate you showing your newfound sexiness. Okay?
Happy and blessed.
Yes. Yo, then when I'm loving it.
Beautiful.
Okay. And those are the people I like.
Okay. And who you don't like?
Candace, I'm mad at you right now. I ain't driving my way back right now.
That girl.
I'm mad at you. Okay, honey, I was trying to give you a chance, but I'm upset.
I mean, and it's good reason. Because Candace loves to pick. She likes to poke. And then she tries to play victim.
Absolutely.
Don't poke and play victim.
Thank you.
And then you want to go below the belt when you have nothing to say. You go to places that are personal.
Right.
You know not to go to personal places. Then why? No, everyone else said this, but when Candace said, "Girl, shut up." I mean, that girl really gets on my nerves.
Yeah,
so I can tell you who I don't like.
Okay.
The rest of them, I really don't have. Mia would be my favorite because she's just
really
yes.
Okay. For this season, you know, Mia's new too.
She's new.
I love Monique.
Is she a real rich
I
bitch?
love Monique.
Yes.
Because now people are starting to see Candace a little bit more for what she is, and Monique got really accused of basically starting the whole thing. Candace is an instigator.
Right. I can't stand that hell.
She's an instigator. And when you instigate shit, you need to get your shit shut down.
Baby, wop, bop, a loop, bop, a lock, bam, boom.
But
Like real.
Candace, you're going fed on Mia when you should be saying something to your mother. Because your mother is the one that brought all that to the ladies, talking about your husband to those ladies. But yet you want to say something to Mia because she was asking who was the manager and if the manager was getting paid because she showed up to a low budget video shoot.
Parking lot.
And baby, it was low budget.
I mean, you asked your friends.
So do you like Giselle?
No.
You don't?
I don't care.
Okay, so what about Miss K?
Giselle to me is fake.
Yeah, okay.
Giselle to me is
think
very
so?
shady boy. She's not shady to me. She's messy as fuck.
Tree.
And like what Karen said earlier, I really agree with her. She was like, you always want more of us when it comes to our relationships, but you don't want to tell us anything about your whole husband that you got going on over here.
Well, because everybody already know. The stuff going on with Giselle's husband is public record, honey.
It's everywhere.
We all know that Pastor Jamal Bryant
And so now
has been a cheater.
Now she's basically
that's the question.
She's doing what she's doing to make herself relevant because you know she couldn't dress. I mean, she looked like a bargain basement walking on a daily basis.
Let her make it, y'all. Let her make it.
We're gonna let her make it, but
so I like Karen. You like Karen?
I like Karen.
Okay.
I like Karen. She's shady.
Right, and she throws some good shade.
She throws some good
shade.
I'm glad she got her wigs better this year.
Baby, because them things was sliding back. One thing, and if anybody on this damn thing know me, you know I can't stand a levitating ass wig. Baby, I can't stand no wig that sit up here and add some height to you. I can't do it. I can't do that.
Just did that wig last season.
A quick shift. Giselle.
Baby.
I mean,
Okay.
and wouldn't let nobody help her.
Wouldn't let nobody help her. And then, you know, I did get mad at Giselle last season, though, when she tried to come for Karen and say she was wearing Indy instead of Fendi.
Giselle, baby, she can't.
Because, you know, the F was cut off and it said Indy going around the collarbone.
What designer has
But she got
Giselle actually?
Well, child, we gonna give her the benefit of the doubt. She has a Versace comforter.
Whoop de fucking do. A fucking Versace comforter.
Let her make it. Let
Any
her
other
make
question?
DH Gate. That's what a lot of these motherfuckers get. They should DH and the gate.
Giselle, if you're watching this, honey, I'm on your side.
Girl, I'm not.
I'm sorry, baby. I'm so sorry. It ain't what it is. So let me give my rundown. So, Karen, that's my girl. I love me some Karen. Karen, like you said, her ass has literally grown from season 1. Because season 1, she was a little questionable. She had a little struggle. Robin, she's wishy-washy to me. But I will say this, she is a definition of a friend. Because she gonna ride. She gonna ride for Giselle.
She gonna
No
ride.
matter if she right or wrong, but one thing she will do is tell her if she wrong.
Yeah.
She will tell her, and that's what people need. We need friends like that that's gonna tell us when we wrong.
Yes.
She don't uphold everything that she do. She may have her side because that's what a loyal friend is supposed to do.
Yes, they are. They're supposed to be loyal. And
I'm just staring at you.
What is it?
Because I'm sitting up there like, hold on. Baby, listen. Robin can be loyal all damn day long, but baby, she moves like the fucking wind.
She does
One
move
minute
like the wind.
she
She
just over
wishy-washy.
here, and then the next minute she over here. Baby, pick a struggle.
it's like she
Pick one.
she doesn't know which one to pick.
I don't think so.
She-
Because see, she got her own stuff that's
Well, she
going
want
on.
to remain neutral.
How she? Well, she need to instead of trying to sit up here and figure out which side that she need to be on. She need to worry about her marriage. Or I'm sorry, she's not married. I apologize. She had a damn permanent roommate. If you really want to go there.
Well, I mean,
she got a roommate.
I mean, that's their situation. I mean, honestly,
Roommate.
I mean, it could be your roommate. I haven't seen him actually like disrespect her. Has he disrespected her?
No, you don't look right in the morning. You know.
Well, you know what? I agree with him on that because she sit up there and let this man have to get up every morning and get those kids ready for school while she lay her behind in their bed, and then she don't want to get up and cook and make herself look pretty. A man wants a woman that's gonna look good.
She lazy like that?
Yes, honey. You gotta keep your man happy. Look good. I ain't saying when you roll out of the bed in the morning, you gotta have your hair done and full face of makeup.
Well,
when it's 3 o'clock in the evening and you still laying around in the bed.
Yeah, now I don't agree with getting up and making yourself look good.
Yeah, I mean, this ain't I Love Lucy.
This is not. I don't have to have lashes on when you know what I look like when I get undressed. So either you gonna take me as a now, I will make myself look good and presentable.
But she hasn't been doing that. She walking around in sweats.
But I mean, come on now.
Every day.
But I mean, but here's the thing. What
not
incentive
doing
does she
nothing.
have? But what incentive does she have? This man, we done got married, we done got divorced, and now we living with each other at this point. Like, okay, that's already awkward, number one. And so she wants to get married just until last season. Oh, I'm gonna get on my knees and I'm gonna propose to you now. And then that still ain't married. I mean, she has no incentive. I mean, the thing is she has no reason to just go. I mean, I'm not saying wake up.
Possibly just love him. That is an incentive to be in love. And that is her children's father.
I mean, but that actually goes along with the topic. Why are you holding on to me if you really don't
Come on,
know?
say that church. She's talking here.
Well, he's saying he want her.
I mean, but
He want her, but here's the thing though. Does he want her for who she is, or does he want her because it's familiar and comfortable, and she just I ain't got to worry about it because I know she gonna be there regardless.
Well, we gonna talk about that.
I mean, but answer the question.
Well, for me, for what I see, I feel like it's a comfort thing. I feel like it's a comfort thing because they both know each other, they both comfortable with each other, they know how they look when they go to sleep, how they are, their attitudes, their mannerisms, all that. And so when a person has been together for so long, it's kind of hard for them to adjust to being by themselves.
But why, in a sense, force him to marry her?
That.
If we're comfortable, if we know that we got each other, why do I have to feel forced to get married?
Why do I have to continually keep reminding you you of who I am.
Exactly.
Right.
Why?
You know
who
me.
I am.
You know who I am. I don't have to sit here and remind you. If I haven't done anything to make you, I don't know who got divorced from who, they got divorced, who filed first.
I think she divorced him because wasn't it like a cheating allegation or something like that?
So he cheated on her. That's fact, okay.
Yeah, so he cheated on her or whatever. But at the end of the day, she still loved her husband and she forgave him for what he did because most men, honey, I'm not gonna say all, some men have cheated on their wives, some men have cheated on their girlfriends, some men have cheated on their boyfriends. Yeah. And it's just something that men do, and some women do it too.
Okay, so you're not excluded. Hold on, men. Yeah, you're
not excluded. But at the same time, she wanted to
say that.
She wanted to like go back to what was familiar to her, and I guess it did come off as forced last season. Even for me, it came off forced. But I can tell that he does care for her and he does love her.
Yeah, I mean, I get you from that point.
And they may be trying to do it for the kids, and sometimes people get stuck doing stuff for the kids when really it's not really for the kids, it's for you.
And so let's segue into
okay, yeah, let's go ahead,
tonight, going into that, and we'll get back into some other things.
Some other shit.
Why are you holding on to me if you don't want me? In her case, they know each other. I mean, y'all know each other.
Yeah.
I mean, either you want to be together or you don't.
Right.
You've divorced and you've gotten back together. So apparently you want to be together. So why are you not married? Is it a financial thing? I mean, because if it's something that y'all have like legally binding, let that be known.
Right.
So people won't be in your business. I mean, the thing is, people are going to dig more into that if you don't say anything. Make your blueprint your fucking blueprint.
Absolutely.
Whatever the fuck y'all got going on, that's y'all.
Right.
But at the same time, you have to tell me these things.
Right.
You have to communicate these things to me. And a lot of people don't communicate.
So do you feel like it has to be a marriage? Like if we living with each other, do you feel like it has to be a marriage? Like what do you feel like the end goal has to be marriage?
I wouldn't say it would be marriage per se for me.
Okay.
It could be, because the thing is, partnership is partnership.
Agreed.
And we can do domestic partnership, and at the same time, it's like a common law situation in certain situations. And if you put me on the insurance and all of your information, then basically I'm still entitled to whatever I need to get if something does happen to you. If we set our relationship up to be what it's supposed to be, then we won't have any issues when anything possibly may happen at the end. So that's our agreement. That's what we have. As long as we're taking care of each other, there's really nothing.
So do you feel like it's an outside influence to pressure people to get married in this situation?
Yeah, it's parents, it's friends, it's your situations that you've gone through, the things that you've seen. You have this persona, this thought in your mind, this image that, oh, I have to reach this particular goal in order for me to be completely successful and on track. Everybody doesn't have that.
Right.
But at the same time, a lot of our society, from every culture, does their children.
Right.
And then their children do their children.
So it's a generational
It's a generational situation.
And some people are raised, like most girls are raised to want to get married, to find a husband. You know, no, but it's just true.
No, I mean, I get it.
You know, because it's just what it is. And so sometimes that woman may not be wife material or that guy may not be husband material.
Right.
So you just, and some people don't even want to get married because, say, for instance, look at Oprah. She's been in this relationship with Stedman for so long, and she said she never had the desire to get married. She wanted to, but then she was like, no, I don't want to feel like when I marry somebody, it's a part of ownership. Right. They own me.
Right.
You know, and so you don't want to feel owned.
And if something happened to Oprah today, Stedman is taken care of.
He is taken care of.
Oh, absolutely. Him and Gail.
Yeah. Him and Gail.
Him and Gail. All of them, the dogs and everything. So I'm just saying. So let me ask you this: what do you think? Like, what portion of it do you think sex has to do with it? Do you think people are just dick or pussy sprung?
Some people have some people do have a sexual addiction that they don't want to talk about, and that's a true thing. I mean, so just don't feel that you are alone if you are, because because some people do have a sense of, I need to have sex, I need to have sex, I
Yeah,
need
they
to
have a
have
high
sex.
sex drive. Huh?
Yeah.
But they could match an energy with a person that makes them feel good on a daily basis.
Mm-hmm.
So now you have this high energy sex individual, and you have this good energy person that's come over here that's not as high energy when it comes to sex. And now we have an issue of one is about to cheat. Because they didn't communicate or be honest about what they really, really wanted and what they were seeking.
I don't like that.
And now we have built this bond, and we feel comfortable with each other when we're out. We don't want anyone to know anything about our business, but we have this cantankerous situation going on. And the thing is, y'all don't realize when y'all drink, there's a lot of your household that comes out in public.
Baby.
Yeah, just want to let you know that if you weren't aware, there's a lot of people that see things. And then you get upset because someone comes and says something to you about it. And then it becomes another situation. But you never address the fact that the reason that this happened was because you and your cantankerous relationship started it.
Absolutely. So I mean, so how do you get out of that? Like, I mean, let me take a step back. How do you, as a friend, mentor to someone that you see is addicted to a certain addiction? Let's just say that sex, and you want to pull them out of it because you know they ain't good for it.
You can only talk to a person so much.
Right.
I can only help a friend so much. I can give you as much advice as I possibly can. But if you're not changing, I have to back up.
Right.
Because I'm beating a dead horse. I'm really not getting anywhere at all because every time this situation happens, you come to me and you ask me the same question. I look at you like, didn't I just tell you?
Right.
So, I mean, like, I guess the thing is, like, for me, like you said, you brought a valid point. It's just starting off with the intentions.
Yeah.
Let me know what you want from the gate.
Let me know.
But why do you feel like it's so difficult for people to be honest about what their intentions are?
Because they haven't intentionally found to figure out themselves. I'm sorry. You want to say something?
No, go ahead. No, go ahead.
They haven't figured out how to actually tap into themselves and be honest with themselves. That's the problem.
Yeah.
To me, I feel that is the major problem. We all go through stuff.
We do.
Everybody has a story.
Absolutely. Right.
Everybody has an issue. Everybody has something.
Right.
But when do you get to the point where you say, okay, that happened. Now, what am I going to do to change it?
Right.
You do it when you lose your job.
Yep.
And you need money.
Right.
You reach out, I don't have any money. Let me see how I'm going to change this situation. I may reach out for a cash app to a person that I don't know.
Here we go with that.
I mean, just be honest.
Yeah.
You have enough. You have enough gall to do that.
Right.
But you don't have enough gall to be communicative with the person that you're with. That makes no absolute sense.
And sometimes people don't really want to let you in on who they really are. So sometimes when you meet a person, they don't feel like they want to just share everything.
Well, true. Because you got to know what type of atmosphere you're
Right.
in. Some of y'all get together just because y'all look good.
Right.
One person, oh, he fine. Oh, he
Or
fine.
some people get with people for the money.
Some, we'll get back to that. But majority of society is now the looks. You have to be a certain look, a certain way in order to actually be seen with a certain person in public. And the thing is, y'all don't even realize what you're missing.
I agree, Chris. I saw what you said. Some people don't want to be helped. I agree.
They don't
Some
want to be
people
helped.
don't want. Some want.
You can't save everybody.
You
can't save
cannot.
everybody.
You will lose your entire life internally, emotionally.
Right.
Your soul.
And you're right. And look, and sometimes you'll try to help a friend, and that friend gets mad at you for offering that advice, that unsolicited advice that they didn't really ask for. So sometimes you have to be very careful when you go and try to pry into somebody's business. Because from the outside looking in, you feel like, okay, that's my friend. I want to step in and try to help them and lead them on the right path. But then they don't want that.
I do an investigation first before I start. I always say I'm not going to cast my pearls to the swine.
Come on, say
Because
that. Say that.
It doesn't make sense for me to give good energy to a dead situation.
Right.
I'm about to pour into you, and you already made up your mind.
What you
You already had a premeditated thought of what you was going to do. You come to me. Oh, I really need some help with this and that. Okay, well, this is what I think you need to do, and then you go and do the opposite.
Yeah, absolutely.
Complete opposite
Right.
of what I told you. But then you want to come back to me and say, I'm so depressed.
Mm-hmm.
Nigga, why?
Right.
You had the opportunity. You had the entire opportunity to be good.
Right.
You could have said, you know what? You didn't even have to take all of my advice.
Mm-hmm.
You could have actually listened to the advice.
Yep.
Thought about it. You could have tweaked it.
Right.
You could have made it to where it was your personal situation.
Absolutely.
But the wisdom that was given to you, you didn't take the time to even think about what you needed to do.
Mm-hmm.
You did what you wanted to do.
Hold on, let me paperclip break, and I'm finna put a little commercial break in it. We ain't finna break, but for those that are looking at other pages, I mean, we can't really see your comments, but if you can go on to the Life Talk with EOP page, trust me, we'll be able to see your comments and we'll be able to respond to them. So, I mean, that's just saying it, because I see a lot of people commenting on both of these, and unfortunately, we ain't got the eyes of the
Yeah, my
person
glasses can't
anymore.
zoom in. That's
So,
why.
But we got it on the TV right now as far as the Live Talk with EOP page, and that one is streaming live. So therefore, please, if you can, just go ahead and just join that live, and trust me, we'll be able to address it, because we do want you guys to be a part of the conversation. So,
Hey, Marlon,
Absolutely.
can we shout out to people that
Oh,
we see?
absolutely,
Yes,
yeah,
hey.
here we go.
I'm shouting out to everybody that's on my live right now.
Yeah,
I
everybody
cannot
that's
see,
on mine.
So thank you all for tuning in.
Yes.
I appreciate it.
Please
We
go
appreciate
and
it.
share, put it
Yes.
on your page so your friends can actually see what's going on. Because this is basically it's an organic conversation.
Yeah.
It's very organic. We're just being ourselves. And I think that's what we need right now.
Yeah.
I mean, we've gotten all the mess and the drama and all that. And I mean, we're going to talk about all that because it's a lot of mess and drama in life. So, I mean, hey, but we're going to also get some wisdom.
Absolutely. Okay. Now, I'm sorry about that. You can go ahead and proceed.
I don't even remember what
So Otis, what is your thought? Like, have you ever ran into a situation to where you were in that situation that we're talking about, and you were not able to get yourself, or it took you a long time to get out of it?
Of course. Yes, I have. And, you know, I always say for myself that I always say to anybody, I know everybody has heard the saying of what you allow is what will continue.
Yes, it will.
So sometimes we allow ourselves to be in situations because we feel like we don't want to be alone. It's going to be hard to find somebody else. And then, you know, you just get used to that person. So you just, you know, you like bypass all the shit that you have gone through with that person. And you just sweep the bad under the rug and you just be like, you know, I really love this person. I'm going to try to make it work. I want to make it work.
And that's all to me is childhood trauma.
And see if you get that glue off of
And so,
you can see the comments.
and so when you're doing that, you have to ask yourself, why am I holding on to something that's not going to benefit me? And if I don't see this going
Thank you.
anywhere past what I want it to go to, you got to start asking yourself that question, why?
Yeah.
It's childhood trauma.
Yeah.
Why are you giving that person an opportunity to hold on?
It's childhood trauma. I'm
You know,
telling
to
you.
you, and for what?
Right.
And for what?
A lot of people don't deal with their childhood trauma. They don't deal with what they grew up with. I mean, because a lot of people don't know how to communicate. Their parents didn't communicate.
So it's adaptive behavior.
Yeah, it's adaptive behavior. I mean, because if you got yelled at as a child all the time, and then you saw your parents being yelled at all the time, what's your response going to be when you get upset with your girlfriend?
But you can also be in a relationship with a person that is a communicator because I'm a communicator. And you can also be with somebody that's not a communicator. So if I know how to communicate and you don't know how to communicate, that brings on a whole different problem. Because I want to know, let's discuss this. But you're not want to talk about it at this present moment.
Yeah.
Then I'm getting upset because I'm like, well, I'm trying to get this off my chest. You know, I want some feedback from you. And if I'm not getting that, but you can go out to your friends and talk to your friends about it and tell them everything, and then I have to hear it back through one of the friends.
Which is the most uncomfortable situation.
Right, because I'm just like looking like, well, damn, why couldn't you tell me?
Because, like you said, I mean, to me, I think people are very much so scared of the reaction of, oh, you know what? I can't tell you because I know you're going to probably end up, ramming down my throat or whatever
Right.
situation. But here's my thing. I would rather hear it from you.
Right.
We can talk through it.
Yes.
We can grow through it together.
Right.
Of course, communication.
Right.
It all leads back to that foundational support of communication and trust.
Right.
Relationship.
Exactly.
You shouldn't have, and I feel you shouldn't have to get drunk to tell me exactly how you feel. You should have that.
Hold on, we got a question. So, what advice y'all give me about Otis Davis always screaming at me and I still come back for more? Well, child, honey, I don't know what to tell you.
RJ, I'm going to tell you this. I can answer that for you.
You gonna answer it on your
Come
own
on,
time.
we gonna sip in this. We gonna sip, honey.
I came with you right now, RJ. Really? Okay.
Baby, front and center. Front and center.
That's because you're crazy.
Oh.
That's all I'm going to say.
That's her friend.
That's that.
Okay, we got another comment from. Oh, god damn it, I can't see. Okay, yeah, we gonna do. Come on, keep it coming, baby. Keep it.
I
Always
when I scream at him, I just check him.
No, okay, but see, let me tell y'all something. His interpretation of screaming may not necessarily be the literal tense. It may be the, that grandmama, look.
Because you're kind of poised.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.
Okay.
Because I'm like, he's gonna pretend I'm screaming at him.
No, but you know
No,
what?
I'm saying in the point.
I get it.
I want to give you a compliment.
I completely understand it because some people.
I can see you scream. I can probably.
But you know
No.
what? Some people, and I've had to learn how to do it. Is some people speak with authority.
Yeah.
Some people are naturally authoritative.
Say that.
Run it
Listen,
back.
I'll tell you.
Run it back. Run it back.
Run it back.
Some
one
people
more time.
speak with authority.
Speak with authority.
Because that's what I got told is that, sometimes my mouth just don't, I don't have a filter.
I don't have a filter.
We know.
I'm going to say, hear ye.
Uh-huh.
Ding, ding, ding.
If it's on my mind, I'm going to say it.
Agreed.
If it's at an inappropriate time, I try my best not to say it.
Mm-hmm.
Because I know where things need to be said.
Right.
Now, let me get that, let y'all understand that.
Mm-hmm.
Secondly, sometimes things need to be said, though. I mean, right then and there. And so if you don't say anything about it, then you let that person slide with whatever it is that they did. And a lot of y'all got friends out here. And y'all don't do y'all friends right. Y'all don't tell your friends when they look a mess. You don't tell your friends when they breast stink. You don't tell your friends when they come out looking frumpy or you got a bad attitude
Well, that's
all
because
the
they want
time.
to look better than their friends. So, that's why they do that.
But it goes back to why you holding on to me if you don't want me, because you're not being completely honest with me. You're not really my friend, are you? Are you?
No.
Well, I'll say it like this. I've had to, like I said, I had to learn how to pay attention to tone, and I've also had to pay attention to what I say. Because sometimes and being guilty of this several times, and still guilty of this, is I react off of emotion instead of actually stop and thinking about the entire situation
And
at
you know what?
hand.
I can see that. I used to be that.
And that's what I struggle with now is when I get real pissed off and I get mad, it's fuck you, what you do, your mama, all of them. Like, it's just, it is what it is. Like, I'm over you at that point, And I think that kind of ties back into the topic is I think people are very uncomfortable with having, like we said earlier, that conversation of, I want you for this. This is your role in my life at this point.
Yeah.
But how do I say that without making it seem as if you're just a placeholder? Everybody wants to be wanted. Everybody wants to feel like they're appreciated in some capacity. If you say you don't, you're a bull-faced ass liar.
Yeah.
But I just feel like people just need to really open up that mouth and have that difficult conversation. Hey, you serve this purpose, not verbatim, but you serve this purpose in my life at this time.
But I think the separation comes because I do know that there are people like me, you, that actually communicate. and tell you exactly what needs to be done. I got hurt. Somebody cheated on me.
Right.
I don't want to go through this again.
Right.
I mean, whatever it is that you all have to communicate in y'all's relationship, we're supposed to be able to communicate.
Right.
Now, with that being said, when, like you said earlier, one person loves to communicate and the other person doesn't even want to be honest and talk to you, that's where the disconnect comes.
Absolutely.
It's just like, okay, and then it's almost like you're playing a person.
Right.
It's like, at this point, if you end up doing something to me to defy everything that we've talked about, at that point you're really playing me because you already know what I don't want to go through.
Right.
So, is this a game to you?
Right.
Can you scroll
Right.
on it, please?
And I also want to answer RJ's question. RJ, I don't scream at you. I'm very direct, okay? I have had this conversation with you before, and everybody, y'all don't know who RJ is, but he's trying to be a prospect, okay? But anyway,
Okay.
I don't yell at you. I don't scream because if I was screaming, you wouldn't know because everybody knows when I'm screaming, okay? But I'm very direct. I'm a very direct person.
Comment
And
on
I just say,
stand out to me. Toxic hashtag toxic.
hi Tamara, thanks for watching.
Hey CC.
Hey CC.
Yeah. So what? I see some cute highlighter hashtag. Okay, never mind. He's okay.
Baby, we gotta talk about your ideas. Baby, he put that in all caps.
So he yelling. He's screaming back at your ass at this point.
RJ gonna get blocked.
Oh.
You won't get blocked.
He ain't gonna be blocked.
Y'all, honey, y'all better stop playing.
Are you in the group? Are you a part of the like talk?
He just want to be seen. RJ think he's Mariah Carey, so he want to be seen, honey.
See, Chad, we not finna have no confrontation.
Thank you, cause RJ, you messing up my show.
No, he is
No,
not.
he ain't just playing.
Baby,
Don't
he's
pay
telling
him
the
no
truth.
mind.
I ain't playing.
I see it, RJ. I got you. I see it.
He is telling the children what is going on.
Yeah, but anywho,
I'm gonna ignore his comment.
Please.
no, please don't ignore
Please
this comment. But now I just say it like this: is that I mean I've been, before my current relationship, I was really afraid of. I was really afraid of actually being the one to actually go and talk to somebody. I was actually afraid to sit up there and say, hey, this is what I want. But then when you get to a point to where, especially if you're getting on these apps, and you kind of have to take a step back and say, what is my purpose for being on this app? What am I really looking for?
Well, I mean, some people are actually on there looking for something.
I was, but all I got was hoes.
Heartbreak.
That's the thing. Because no one's ever honest. They want to get on there and say they're looking for a relationship, but they just
want sex.
They just want sex.
Child, they ain't doing nothing but popping it for a real nigga. That's all they doing. They sit up here spread eagle. Talking about I'm looking for Mr. Right, left or right cheek. Which one are you looking for? Because I mean that's all they showing, like they displaying.
That's all they do display.
And that's what the thing is, like, how can I take you serious? Because for one, see, I'm not gonna go down. Anyway.
No, go there.
No, because
So
okay, so I'll say it like this. Really? I'm jealous. I am the jealous child. Y'all know that. I am the jealous boyfriend. I am definitely the jealous boyfriend.
You are that one.
I am that one.
He's that one.
Lord.
And the main reason why I say that is it's one of those things where I trust my significant other, but the problem is I don't trust the outside influence. Like, I don't trust somebody coming up, like, if I say I'm in a relationship with somebody and I've made it known, and then Joe Blow come up in there and deliberately try to disrespect that.
Oh, baby, that's never going to happen. No, it's happened before. But I think here's the thing. That Joe Blow that comes up to your guy needs to have been told by your guy that this is my guy.
Right.
So when he comes to me, he needs to step with respect. I had to tell one of mine that because I moved to a city that mine lived in. We started dating while I'm in their city. If you move to my city, it'll be the same situation.
Right.
So I would have to communicate that with you and let you know, hey, you know what? I may have dated this person, whatever case may be. So you need to know. And I need to let them know, hey, this is my guy, so
Right.
be respectful.
Mm-hmm.
Even if I'm on a date,
Mm-hmm.
be respectful if I'm seeing somebody else that I possibly may be dating
Mm-hmm.
or talk to or whatever the case may be. But I have to make sure that I communicate in the right avenues so it can be a respectful situation.
So someone asked, do you think that ethnicity?
Who?
Ethnicity.
Come on, y'all.
Sure.
Hook on funny.
Blame it on this tequila, baby.
Blame it.
Hook on
on
funny. So, do you think that ethnicity
Ethnicity, yes.
plays a part in
Plays a part in
communication?
it. Yes, Lord.
So,
No.
I'll say it like this. I don't feel that ethnicity really plays a major factor or a major point in communication. It's just, let's just say it like this. There, especially if you're in a relationship or you're in the courting stage, it's more cultural. If that's what,
Yeah.
RJ was saying, is it more cultural?
I think that's the ethnicity part would be culture.
the culture part of it.
Because everybody, like I said, everybody's raised different.
Absolutely.
You have a person that's raised that's mild. They don't. No one's yelling at them. They ground them and send them to their room.
Mm-hmm.
And then you have the ones that are yelled at. Then you have the ones that are beat. And then you have the ones that are disciplined. So you have a plethora of people out here that have been raised in different types of manners. So now you really need to be able to talk to that person to know how they were raised.
Right.
I need to know. Was you a mama's boy? I
Mhm.
mean, did she let you get away with everything? I mean, how were you in school? I mean, who were
Not
your
school.
friends? How long have you kept the last job that you've had? You're actually, you're almost at this point, have to do a resume.
Oh, yeah.
So what's your thoughts on it? What's your thought process?
On race?
Yeah, communication and race.
I feel like it's the same. I communicate the same way with a white person, Hispanic person that I do with a black person. I mean, there's no difference.
It's
So
the
do you
same
feel
message.
like, okay, so here's the thing. I'm gonna go back to culture because again, sometimes it may appear that African Americans speak more aggressively than other ethnicities.
No, baby, I can tell you who speaks more aggressively, and that those are Nigerian people. So yeah,
Well, I've never dealt with the Nigerian.
Never dealt with that.
And
I'm
a lot of
sorry.
people don't really understand, and a lot of people don't really understand them because they feel like it's just their communication with how they like project.
It's abrupt.
Yes, how they project themselves, and some people
Direct.
think, oh, they're so mean,
Mhm.
they're rude, and all this and all that. So, but I don't really get that a lot from black people. But unless, like you say, depends on where you came from
Right.
and how you were brought up. Because
Right.
it can
Yeah.
be some roughnecks out
Mhm.
there.
Right.
Yeah. So I mean, I guess my
Did you say roughneck?
roughneck.
Mm-hmm.
What's that? In 2021. This fool brought back a 1998 Tupac roughneck.
It hit me after I turned over to listen to y'all.
Like, hold on.
Wait a
Y'all
minute.
leave me alone.
I'm sorry,
I
child.
done had too much of that dang tequila in there in that bottle.
And
Child,
Casamigos.
Auntie Odessa.
Child, I don't get it. I don't get it. I mean, because, that's the thing is that, like I said, I've talked to other races,
Oh.
and it has, I'm sorry, I got sidetracked.
I did too.
Okay, Miami. Okay, Cubano in Miami. Come on now. Come
Keep
on.
going.
Okay. Yeah.
Child,
We're going to have a sidebar conversation on this chat. But, no, I've dealt with one, and I'm not going to even sit up here and lie. I'm going to keep it a book with you. Baby, he came over to my house because one of my homeboys predominantly talked to Hispanic men, and I ain't got no issues with them at all because some of them are gorgeous. However, this one came over, and the intentions were not pure. I'm not going to sit there and lie. The intentions were not pure. He opened up his damn mouth and started talking about.
about to say something else.
No, oh man, sir. He opened up his mouth and all he's talking about papa, 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 and I'm sitting up here like,
Papa, not Poppy.
exactly. I was like, huh? And that like he just kept on talking, and I was just sitting up here like, trying to get to the next level or whatever, because at this point you already in my house, you already on my couch. We not for to sit up here and look at TV, honey. So,
But he spoke no
Somebody
English.
had asked another question up there. Scroll down. Can you?
but I'm telling you, baby, the conversation once we end up, we didn't end up doing
Another
nothing.
guy. I couldn't-
But we end up trying to have conversations.
What's it still?
Hey, Silky.
No page. No, it was on Life Talk. It was on Life Talk. I
Okay.
seen it. It was
Well-
before RJ. He keeps.
Oh, I don't have the access to that page.
Well,
Y'all, we have an assistant that's helping us with our comments. So if y'all are sending something, if we didn't ask it, send it again.
Yeah, send it again, please. Hi, Jaleesa. That's my sister.
hey sis. But no, I mean, all I was saying, like, fast forward, just get to the point. The communication was actually very awkward. It was awkward and it was uncomfortable. But he got the message eventually, if you know what I mean.
So you basically what you're saying is that communication between ethnicities is not an issue.
So for me,
Ooh, Lord,
I mean, there's certain levels of communication that can
I need another
become
cocktail.
an issue.
Yeah, I
Certain
can
levels.
really understand that.
But I mean, to the point to where it's just like altering to where like I can't talk to you anymore because of it. No, you know, I don't feel like it is. But I mean, I mean, like, have you dealt with anyone outside?
I've dealt with people outside my race.
Okay.
Yes. Now I will say, I did have a communication issue with a person, and it was a situation to where we had been on several dates, and now it's time for us to have a little fun to see where that's going. But this person was of the Caucasian persuasion.
Come on, Caucasian
Persuasion.
I mean, and he had everything that I thought that was necessary for us to actually be conducive with each other. And so we had a good time. We had a really good time.
He had everything.
Until it came to the actual intercourse and action of it. And I always feel is that both parties should enjoy it.
Oh, yes.
Oh, come on,
And
enjoy it.
sometimes, and this is where I'm coming out to say this, because sometimes our communication between ethnicities aren't the same. I can sometimes tell a black person that, you know what, okay, we can't fuck like this. Let's fuck like this.
Oh, come on, Megan.
Basically, what
Come on,
she
Megan Thee
said,
Stallion.
this is how we need to, because it's not working for me.
Right.
And I try to.
Okay, it's not working.
You know, we have rhythm.
Yes.
I mean, we do. I mean, it's naturally in us. We have rhythm. And so when you get with certain persuasions that are rhythm savvy,
Oh my
when
God.
they don't have that rhythm, you sometimes have to let that person know. And I try to, like, control the
You like
situation.
1, 2, 3.
No, not in that situation.
Oh.
But, I mean, it needs to be a rhythm.
Oh, really?
Whatever music we have playing, however the mood is set, I need a rhythm. I need a stroke game.
Oh.
I need a pull. I need everything in between. I don't need
A stroke game.
me to really have to, like,
You don't feel like you have to coach.
I don't want to have to coach you, because that's when it becomes an issue, because that's where the communication problem comes. And so this particular person, I had to tell him, I was like, well, hold on. Let me try to, like, get a rhythm. I don't like to be dominated.
Oh.
I'm sorry.
So they like to dominate.
Yeah, I guess, but that wasn't my intention. I was just basically trying to get you to stop because you was offbeat. You were really offbeat. I mean, you were offbeat, and I didn't know what to do at that point. But to try to, and it was, it wasn't like stop. I need you to do this. I mean, I had just like gently put my hand on his thigh.
Okay, well.
Yeah.
We just
We're
kind
gonna be honest
When-
about it. Let's be honest.
Hi, Melinda.
This kinda
That's my
went-
cousin. Hey, cousin.
Hi, cousin.
You told your story.
I ain't going to really.
I'm not
went
telling
into
none of
it.
my stories, okay? I've already given my
Child, this
my
girl got more
testimony.
stories than.
No, we're not gonna do that.
I'm not gonna call you out like that.
Well, look, I'm in my mid-30s, okay? I've been through a lot.
Baby. No, Melanie don't equal
What?
rhythm.
It
Sit
should have been
down.
But we had a
Mariah.
communication issue.
Cause No.
Because I have some of my white friends that can dance, and my Hispanic friends, they sure do know how to salsa, okay?
Because he put me out.
Oh, wait.
That's what I was trying to get to.
He
Well, he
put you out because
you
you
were being dominated.
aggressive.
You were taking over the.
I'm not
You
saying
were
that's
taking
what you
over
were.
the.
I'm
you
just
were,
saying.
You were taking over.
That's what
I mean, but he like told me, he's like, get the out. I was like, yeah.
He felt like you was dominating.
Well,
him.
maybe
He
y'all
wanted to be the
just
one
were
dominating.
not equally yoked in the bedroom.
Ooh, yeah, they were. He said they were.
Well, evidently not if he can't sit over and take a little bit of instruction.
Well, I mean,
But how were you giving those instructions?
it was very gently. Like I tried to describe it before y'all cut me off. I
I
wasn't
cut you off.
going into a whole
Cut you off.
situation.
Listen over here.
I know Miss Prue Prissy.
I did. It will continue to
You know,
be.
I love to hear they escapades, their
Man.
stories.
I know you ain't talking to me.
Because you know what? I don't really get to hear much of their stories. I'm always telling the story.
Bitch, you a damn lie.
Where were we?
Hey, you go to the mouth. He'll tell a story 3 weeks after it happened.
After, and
It
somebody
doesn't
had.
matter if it was 2
No,
years
no, because we had to pull shit out of you sometimes.
That's right. I'm gonna
We
keep
gotta
making their ass
ask.
pull. I'm gonna keep making them pull.
Now we sitting up here talking about communication. This one right here.
But see, these are my friends, so you know what? They can pull it.
Chad, we
But
didn't.
I'm gonna give it to them anyway, though. That's just who I am.
But
I'll give it to
you
them.
need people around that's gonna actually communicate and pull it out.
Right.
Of you. Otherwise,
See,
you just
I
sit
tell
around
them,
and lie.
but I tell them part of the story, okay? Then I tell them the next part the next week. That's okay.
You know, you talk to them.
What is it?
Go ahead.
Chad, you know I don't tell you all of the story.
Okay, so here's the thing. We'll give it to you about 5 seconds. You ask him about it, week 1. Oh, nothing happened. 3 weeks later. Well, remember 2 weeks ago at 10:30 p.m. when we was on the phone? And
Don't do it.
he'll be like, and you'll be like, okay, no, you kind of look at the phone, you kind of think about the timeline, you be like, now wait, bitch. You just said about 3
Timeline,
weeks
yeah.
ago.
You see, we had to get his ass in the kitchen earlier. We ain't gonna bring that one up.
I was a little confused. And then that's why we always had this running joke. Okay, give him 3 weeks. He say no right now, but 3 weeks later, we'll end up finding out the truth. But that's why we love him. We do. We love each other. Yes, indeed. But I guess, what else we gonna talk about? Are we done for the day? Are we done?
I don't know.
Okay.
Where we
I don't know where
at?
are we?
Shit, we done went all over. All right. Well,
Well,
okay. All right. So I guess we done talked enough.
Oh
but-
my gosh, 59?
Yeah, apparently
Yes, Lord.
so.
Well, I mean, come on now. Just be honest. It took us about 2 years and 6 months to get in here.
Well, I
But
mean,
you know what, y'all?
Yeah, this is the first
This
time.
is our first time
Time
going
going live,
Yeah,
so
we
you-
normally do pre-recorded stuff.
yeah.
Which we
And
will continue to do. You guys will still see that.
And
so.
please go on the YouTube page and go and view it and
Yes,
see some things
please.
that we've talked about previously.
Right.
other than
And
this.
y'all can also put your comments, post your comments on there, what you want to hear us talk about, certain topics. You know,
Yeah.
'cause we'll be happy to.
And please provide feedback.
Yes,
We definitely
yes.
love it. It is definitely going to be difficult, but we'll definitely welcome it.
Please.
And pretty soon we'll end up having guests in as well. So if you have an interesting topic and you feel like you are the expert in this, please feel free to let us know.
Yes.
Reach out to us, communicate. But if you don't do anything else, make sure you, like they said, share.
That.
Please
share,
share.
and subscribe.
Yes, thank you so much. And thank y'all so much for tuning in. We'll be back next week. Hopefully by next week we'll have everything organized and everything. Okay, RJ, you in my hand.
Thank you,
The
RJ.
day RJ is here, I will be on a business call. Okay? I will be out of the country.
How?
I'm going to make myself out of the country.
See,
I will let y'all have Mariah.
You know, I don't even know you RJ. That ain't right.